Wanting to stand out, many job applicants readily accept the advice that they need to begin their cover letters with a hook, something to capture a hiring manager's attention. Unfortunately, there are problems with such advice. One problem is that the openings meant to grab the reader's attention can appear gimmicky, superficial, or trite. For example, applicants often rely on metaphors or personal anecdotes and narratives. Sometimes it's textbook definitions or industry pontifications, or sometimes unrestrained flattery. Any of these options can seem thought-provoking, surprising, clever, or unique to the applicant. Unfortunately, hiring managers who have seen hundreds of such introductions can quickly group them into a handful of cliché storylines, including, "I was lost, but now I'm found," or "I've had an epiphany," or "I've overcome the odds and pulled myself up by the bootstraps," or "I've had an amazing experience that will revolutionize the way you do business," or "I have a dream," and so on. We need only look at the real cover letters endlessly circulating online with snarky annotations by the letter's recipients and sometimes their coworkers to see that such openings seldom have the desired effect. Perhaps more problematic is that such introductions waste time getting to the point of the message, and they waste valuable real estate in the cover letter itself, devoting upwards of 25% of the document to information that organizations have little use for at this stage of the process. Remember, 5 to 7 seconds. Considering that your application will inevitably arrive alongside countless other documents, phone calls, meetings, project demanding a hiring manager's attention, and so on, your cover letter must quickly, directly, and concisely identify why you're writing, which is to apply for a position within the organization. You can do that most effectively by including the following details in your letter's opening paragraph. One of the most important elements to identify is the specific position you're applying for. Companies may have several openings at any one time. By identifying the specific position or job title you're applying for, you can ensure the most appropriate reader evaluates your material. Another component is the position or job number, if one's available. Companies may have several openings with the same job title. For instance, there may be a senior management position available in both accounting and in human resources. By including any position or job reference numbers, you can help hiring managers evaluate your qualifications within the context in which you aim to work. Your opening paragraph should also note where and how you've learned of the position. Companies may advertise a position in several forums, each of which vets prospective candidates. If, for example, a job announcement appears in an online job site that's open to any visitor, the number of applicants applying for the position will be significantly larger than the number of applicants who may hear of the position through, say, an alumni network, a community job fair, a professional organization, the company's website, or even a current employee. By specifying how you've learned of the position, you may be able to find a more favorable reception for your materials. Finally, you might note when you'd be available, if not immediately. Companies generally assume applicants are available immediately, or they can be with the conventional 2-week notice. Some positions, however, may be advertised weeks or even months in advance. Jobs in academia, for instance, are often advertised months before a school year starts. Similarly, Entry-level positions for new college graduates may be filled a semester or two prior to the student's graduation. There may also be times when the person applying for the position cannot be available immediately, either because of industry cycles, say seasonal employment opportunities, or because of other commitments with a definitive ending. In such cases, you may find it more strategic to identify tentative starting times up front, saving the hiring manager and yourself time. Let's look at sample open paragraphs applying these strategies. I am applying for the position of Accounts Receivable Clerk number 2, posted on Ohm Energy Services website. In one sentence, the applicant identifies the specific position by title and ID number, as well as the job announcement's source, the company's website. Here's another introduction. On November 3rd, a representative from your organization spoke to our division about employment opportunities in the Miami office. As an admin assistant in the Daytona branch, I have developed skills that could be of service to managers and their teams, prompting my application to the healthcare group in your office. In this example, the applicant suggests it was a company affiliate that sparked the application to another branch and possibly another division. Another possibility? Thank you for talking with me about Byron Inc.'s new office in Fremont. Thinking more about our conversation and the opportunities you mentioned, I'm applying for the position of marketing specialist. Another, after speaking with your company representatives, Erica Chen and JD Muller, at the Springfield City Networking event on June 21st, I'm applying for the Client Services Manager position. Both of these opening paragraphs indicate direct conversations with company connections and note the context in which these discussions occurred. In some cases, an applicant may circle back to a discussion or an event that happened weeks or even months earlier, as this example demonstrates. Your presentation at last year's IABC World Convention on the ways print publications are making a comeback, even in forums that run predominantly online, has prompted me to explore opportunities that combine graphic design, journalism, and community ecology. Having followed the suggestions you outlined in your talk for the past 9 months, I'm soliciting a research position with the Utora project you described at IABC. Some applicants might apply based on a referral, as this example shows. Julie Nigel, Director of Accounting in your office, suggested I write to you about opportunities in your group. Planning to graduate in May with a degree in advertising, I'm applying for an entry-level position in the marketing department. Or perhaps an applicant might follow through on a conversation with a hiring manager or with someone who could serve as an intermediary to the application process, as this example shows. As requested during our meeting on Friday, March 3rd, this letter chronicles my experience and acquisitions as part of my application for the internship at Brower Press. Consider the benefits of such concise, precise, and targeted opening paragraphs like these. One of the benefits is that they provide instant context for the message, minimizing the need for readers to guess what the document is or spend critical time weeding through less important information. Again, 5 to 7 seconds. Another benefit is that these openings reference, even indirectly, work that the applicant has done to learn more about the organization. Maybe it was reading the company's website or attending a particular event. Perhaps it involved talking with company representatives, say at a job fair or a company gathering. Whatever the case, these introductions identify situations that can serve as a form of vetting, which can put the applicant into an even smaller pool of contenders. In one or two sentences, these openings also highlight some of the forums in which the applicant moves, people with whom they've connected, things they paid attention to, and ways they follow up or follow through with information they've gotten. Individually and collectively, these are subtle yet powerful details that will help you transition to the next section of your cover letter, the main paragraphs.